Hello, this is Dr. Gerrie coming to you from Vancouver, BC, Canada. I have a degree in economics from Queen's University, but I can tell you I've learned a lot more in the last decade about what's really going on economically in the world. And I think you're going to find this short presentation a bit of an eye-opener. So first question I have for you is this. What if there was a way you could protect your assets with gold and have that asset kept totally private? And what if, as you helped others protect their assets in gold, you received cash and free gold? Would you want to know more? Well, I'm part of a company called Karatbars, and for the past 5 years, I have helped people around the world save gold by the gram. And these are the 1 gram, 2.5 gram, and 5 gram cards with gold inset in them, securitized gold that I've helped them save. And then about a year ago, along came something called cash gold. And there the denominations became even smaller, 1/10 of a gram up to 6/10 of a gram. Well, the question is, why do you want to get gold? At the end of World War II, the United States became what's called the reserve currency of the world. Why? Because they had the most gold. They could back the currency with gold. Gold is the real money. But in 1971, Nixon came out and said, we're going to temporarily suspend the gold backing of the dollar, but it was never temporary. He permanently ended that gold backing. And now, because the rest of the currencies of the world were pegged to the US dollar at that time, the entire world is on what's called a fiat currency system. That is money backed by nothing. And what has happened with all the governments of the world, US, Canada, China, the Eurozone, they have been printing like crazy, and it's been devaluing the currencies of the nation. Canada is one of them. That red line is the money supply, and you'll see that correlate to that, opposite to that, is the devaluation of the dollar. Now let's look at what gold does. In 1920, you could buy that beautiful car for a kilogram of gold, 1,000 grams of gold. And that was $645. Now, if you'd kept that $645, what would it buy you today? Maybe a tire on this new car. But notice that the kilogram of gold still buys an amazing car. And I could show you example after example after example where gold holds its buying power. Gold does not devalue. Now, do we have a problem this day and age or an opportunity? Well, we have a lot of problems in the global financial system. I borrowed some slides from an organization called Visual Capitalist, who really revealed some of the issues going on. And one of those issues is high costs at the bank. 1%, 2%, 3%, up to 7% fees per transaction, depending on where you're sending the money in the world. It's outrageous. Another issue is the trust factor in governments and financial institutions has really gone down. People are sick and tired of being manipulated. Speaking of manipulation, there has been currency manipulation through the printing, and Venezuela right now is going through a hyperinflation. A lot of people are suffering. Here's the biggest thing in my mind: systemic risk. We have a centralized system where the whole world is connected globally. And the danger is that one default with a major company, one issue in one area can trigger something that goes global. And perhaps we ought to be thinking about doing something decentralized. This slide is called the Market Fragility Index, and it's it's where investors are at on their feelings about where we're at in the system. And look, we're in the hyper red. Threat to the global financial system is imminent. Investors are very shaky, and it's for a very good reason. We are in a multiple bubble. It's called the everything bubble, a real estate bubble, bond market bubble, stock market bubble, and it's dangerous. Never in the history of the financial world have we been in all three bubbles at once. This is a slide I got from Mike Maloney. I highly encourage you to watch Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money. It's the best documentary series on finances, the truth about finances in the world. And it's probably the best in the world. Now look, back in the 70s when gold was $35 an ounce, if someone came up to you and said, hey, gold's going to go 10 times, gold's going to go 10x, you would have laughed at them and called them a conspiracy theorist. But guess what? Gold went 10x. Now look, we're in another time where gold is $1,200, $1,300. Now that gap you see is the green is the money supply, and the gold is the price of gold. And so we're at the place where there's a gap again. So now if I tell you, hey, gold is going to 10x, are you going to laugh again? No, you shouldn't, because the market always corrects. Gold is getting ready to explode. Well, we talked about some problems. Do we have a solution? Well, yes, we do. We have something called digital gold. And as I said, I got involved in this company about 5 years ago, but now they've done a very unique thing. They've created a brand new financial ecosystem, all based in gold. So we've got the cash gold, we've got a POS system where you can use digital gold to make purchases. We've got a phone where you can store this private information. Not only that, it's the first voice over blockchain phone in the world. We've got our own gold mines. We've got our own ATM machines. And so it's an entire ecosystem that is taking us back to where we should be, a gold-backed system, a system of equity, a system of fairness and justice. And I'm pretty excited about it, and it's exploding. For those who know about it, they're really excited. So in the beginning, I asked, what if there was a way you could protect your assets with gold? And what if you could help others protect their assets in gold? Well, I didn't cover that part. So watch one of the other presentations and you can begin to learn more. The purpose of this presentation was just to whet your appetite and have you consider looking more deeper into that. So I declare that you have found that way. Watch these other short videos. You'll learn more, and like I did, you'll gain more confidence in the system. You'll understand the company, and it can be a very good thing for your family and a very good thing for those close to you that you love, your friends and colleagues. So get back to the person who sent you to this video, or you can email me directly at gregorygary@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening.